Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Create Your Inspired 2016 webinar. I'm super excited to be here today and just to be able to share this with you. It is really I'm giving myself permission today to really not make this perfect, but really about sharing with you. And I've been hearing from so many people over the last few weeks how excited they are that January is over, and that it's February and they can start again and all those things. And so, I'm just really, really grateful for all of you for being here today and for joining me on this journey of creating your inspired 2016. I decided I wanted to do this webinar, and like I said, I've been hearing from lots of people over the last little while and having good conversations with people that, yeah, there's this feeling of overwhelm. Been this feeling of, okay, January has got these high expectations of, starting a new year, getting things rolling and going, and trying to create this most amazingness. And when we look on our social media feeds, there's tons of pressure about, getting it fit, losing weight, making this the best year ever. So there's no doubt that everybody has really been feeling this pressure in January. And I was one of those people who was really feeling this pressure of, okay, this is it. This is the beginning of a new year. This is where things happen. This is where I really step into everything. And yet for me, January was one of those months where I was counting the days down until the end of January and just really looking forward to February starting. So that's where the intention of this webinar came from. And that's what I want to be able to share with you are some of the things that I've learned over the last few years that I hope will really make a difference to you as you start to get ready for creating your inspired 2016. So I have to be really, really transparent, is that this is going to be my first webinar that I've done. So bear with me. If I'm glancing down, I'm kind of looking at some notes. I'm just not 100% sure how the best way to do this. So this is a really learning experience for me, as well as my gift to you. And so I thank you for your patience, for your just support of being here while I work through all of this. So today we're going to talk about theme. We're going to talk about theme, and we're going to talk about what creating your celebration statements mean. And I think these two things alone are going to really help you create that inspired 2016. And, I know there's a couple of people trying to get in still into the webinar, and there is a chat box on the bottom. So, of course, if you want to chat and use the chat box, please feel free to do so. And I'll try to respond to those verbally as they pop up if there's any chat that is going to. Okay, so I think that's the sort of my opening thing, and so I'm going to just jump in because I think this is really exciting stuff. So a couple of years ago, a few years back, my really good friend and colleague, Diane Lloyd, she started suggesting and working with a theme for the year. And really, it was sort of life-changing for me when I started incorporating a theme into my yearly planning. And the first couple of years, it just helped give me some focus. It helped provide me with a focus and an intention of how I wanted to live my life in that year. And that was really key, because those first 2 years where I used a theme were years where I was really exploring and building my business. I wasn't 100% sure where everything was going to sort of land, but knowing that I had these themes that were kind of guiding me along the way and helping me stay focused, were helping me give myself clarity, and was really important for moving me forward. So last year, I came up with my theme for last year was action. And what action, that having that theme for the year was became more important to me than I thought it was even going to become at the beginning of the year. So last year, as life happens, I got thrown some life challenges that I really hadn't thought were going to come my way. And I had started the year off in action and really doing things because I'd been sort of in this planning phase for a while, and I'd been kind of in this thinking phase for a while. So I knew that last year was all about action. And then, had some life challenges that got thrown my way that were distracting, that were emotionally draining, and really just were took me off course of what I was doing. And so what having that theme word of action did was it allowed me to come back into focus. It was my support system in a sense. I said yes to things last year that I never would have said yes to had I did not have that intention of taking action all year round. I said yes to doing a 12-week radio show. I said yes to doing a conference to a group of appraisers. I created a workbook, a Create Your Inspired Life workbook. So there was just a number of different things that, even with all of the chaos that was going on in my life, that I still took action on, and it kept me going. The best part about my theme last year was that as the year kind of unfolded, what I needed to change my theme to was imperfect action. And I embraced that wholeheartedly and really allowed imperfect action to be okay, to just go with it, to just go and just take action. And it might not be perfect. It might not land for everybody. It might not land for me, but I was taking action and moving forward. So that's really what your theme is all about. It's really about what is the intention you want to set for your year that's going to help create that inspired life. And so I invite you now to take a few moments. I want you to take a big, deep breath. And then I just want you to sit for a minute. And I want you to really think about what is the word that is going to guide you, support you, that is going to be the light for you, that moves you forward to where you want to go. What is that word that is coming up for you? What is the word that is coming to the surface? And I want you to focus on that word. And ask yourself, why is that word important? What is it about that word that is so important? Hopefully you have a pen and paper and you can be jotting some of these things down. And when you after you, get off of this webinar, what I encourage you to do is to look at that word and ask yourself, why is this important? And ask yourself that a couple of times, because what might happen is it might be the correct word, but you might also find that as you ask that question, why is this word important? Why is this theme important to you? It may change slightly. It may kind of look a little different. And I want you to write down this question. What will the end of the year look like if I live this theme? If you live the theme word that you've come up, what will the end of the year look like? For me, when I lived in that theme of action, I looked back and it was productive. even though it was still, I still was still figuring things out, I felt productive. I felt like I was moving forward. I felt like I was doing the things that I wanted to do rather than holding back. So it looked like at the end of the year, my 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 year looked good. It looked, and it felt good. I felt strong because I had lived in this theme. I had lived in this intention. I didn't feel like I had let my fears overcome me. So sit with that, and really, allow yourself to think about what that word's going to be. And these are some of the themes that I heard from people last year, that people have shared with me: fun, strength, no regrets, courage, family, try, leap, balance, marriage, health, gratitude, thrive. So those are just some examples of what a theme word might look for like, and that have been working for other people. My theme this year, just to give you a quick look into what my theme this year is, to be true. And to be true for what I believe in, my values, and making sure that I am really doing the things that I want to be doing, being true to myself, and being true to the people who I come in contact with every single day. And I think for me, where that came from was I have a mom my mom has early onset Alzheimer's. And so I've been really struggling with that process. And what be true means for me is being true, just being me. I find that when I'm in conversations with my mom, it's really difficult to be me. And then I pop out of those conversations and go, okay, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel like me. And so I think that's where it came from for me, is I just want to be knowing that I'm being true. And whether, I'm being true with her and knowing that conversation may not go any further, that's what I want. But being true for my business, for my clients, for my family, making sure that I'm not compromising what's important to me. So that's my theme for this year. So the next, so you've got this fabulous theme that is your intention of how you're going to live 2016. So again, I want you to, we're going to go into celebration statements, because I'm really committed to keeping this at 30 minutes for you, because I know that you are busy people and you've got lots on the go. So I'm really committed to making this short enough that with enough content that you can really create that inspired 2016. So your celebration statements, and again, Diane, who is the most brilliant friend and person for me, was really the one who came up with the term celebration statements. And it came from this idea of that setting goals was really not feeling fun. It was feeling hard. And really, like the setting of goals was not super motivating. So I'm wondering, I'm pretty sure that sounds familiar to so many people out there. And so I just want you to sit for a moment and get still again. And I want you to picture yourself at the end of the year. You are getting ready to bring in a new year. And before this happens, you are celebrating. And you are celebrating what you set out to accomplish. You are celebrating because you're getting closer to creating your vision. You are celebrating you. This is what celebration statements are all about. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to write down this statement: I am celebrating. When we write down things as if they have already happened, it starts to get programmed into our brains that they are. It feels real. It feels achievable. I am celebrating. We start to believe it, and are motivated to really achieve it. So what are you celebrating? I want you to think. I want you to just be still for a minute. I want you to think about what it is that you're celebrating. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Here's an example. I am celebrating that I feel healthy and strong, and my daily habits that I have in place allow me to feel this way. Okay? Feels real. It feels, for me, there's this intention that it's already happening, that it's there, it's achievable, it's reachable, I can get that. Whereas when I have in the past written down, my goal is to be healthy and strong, and I'm going to do this by, it hasn't felt as, I don't know, there's something different about it, but I am celebrating that I feel healthy and strong, and my daily habits that I have in place allow me to feel this way. It just feels like it's happening already. So let's try one more. I am celebrating. I want you guys to write that down. What is it that you're celebrating at the end of the year? How do you feel? What does it look like? And this is the key thing, is that you want to feel successful at the end of the year. So having 10 celebration statements might be a bit much. It might be really ambitious to have 10 celebration statements that you're trying to go for. So I suggest have 5. Have 5 celebration statements that you know that you are going to achieve and that get you to where you want to go. And what this is starting to create is the life that you want to live. This is all about bringing these 2 pieces together. You've got this amazing theme now, and now you're creating these celebration statements that are going to help you create the life that you want to live. And that's what it's all about. That's the gift I want to give to you, is the realization that it is all about creating your inspired life, whatever that looks like for you. And by going through and doing your theme and creating these amazing celebration statements, I know that you can do it. So the fun part, after you have done your theme and your celebration statements, the fun part and the creative part is making them visible to you on a day-to-day basis. So I have my theme on a rock, and I put it I've got a decorated piece of paper that I put it on, and it's in my wallet. I put it on my computer screen. I put it in places that I see it every single day a number of times. And so I really encourage you and invite you to do that, to make sure that you put it somewhere where you can see it. You put it somewhere that reminds you of the intention that you have set for 2016. And I also encourage you to do the same with your celebration statements. I had a little bit of fun with mine and decided I needed to create kind of like a vision board of my celebration statements. I'm a super visual person. I love seeing things, and it really resonates with me. What you don't want are these things to be on little pieces of paper in a book somewhere that you never see all year. You want them to be guiding you, to be motivating you, to be inspiring you, to get you to where you want to go. So I'll just show you what I created. Of course, you don't have to create this at all, but it's just an idea. I just took a bunch of pictures that had some meaning, that resonated with me, and really just tried to give myself something that's really, really motivated me. And I have this in my bathroom, I have it in my kitchen, and I have it in my office. And so I see it every day. I've even actually took a picture of it, and it's my screensaver on my phone, because the pictures are super visual for me, and the words are really powerful for me to see. So, I mean, definitely that was just what I did. Not saying that that's what you need to do, but you know, try to make it that you're seeing it all of the time. This is the part that I want you, the most important message I think that I would want you to hear from me in this webinar, is that I believe in you. I believe in you, and I believe that you have everything you need to get you to where you want to go. I believe that. I take it with me, and I want you to believe that you have everything you need to get you to where you want to go. I know that this is a really short introduction to all of these things, and I'm here to support you. I want to help you create that life that you want to live. I've got a special on right now. For $149, you can book a 90-minute session with me. And what we're going to do in that 90-minute session is we're going to take your celebration statements. And if you haven't totally figured them out before we get on the call, that's okay. We'll figure them out. But we're going to get those celebration statements, and then we're going to break those down into some real key strategies that are going to get you to those, so that you know what you need to do in the next year to get you to where you want to go. So if you're interested in that special offer that I'm making right now, just send me an email and we'll set up a time to chat about it and get you really started on creating that inspired 2016. I am so grateful to each of you for signing up and putting your name and registering for this webinar. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of one of my first experiences doing this. I think it's great. And for taking the time and the commitment for yourself. What I believe is that you deserve it, you are worth it, and you've got this. I totally believe that. Thank you so much. Have a great, great, great day, and we will see you soon.